Warm welcome, good morning. Great to have you with me. Lovely to be with you. Bright and breezy today. Let's get at them and give them what they need. Good pasting, a good pasting. I'm talking about the bookies. Let's beat them bookies big time. Let's beat them bookies big time. I'm going to say it once more. Let's beat them bookies big time. I've got one bet for you, free of charge. It's like a gold star bet from the olden days. A gold star bet. And I'm going in for it head first. I'm going to shovel on. I'm going to get my shovel out and shovel it on each way. It's around about 6-1. I can't see it out of the frame. Personally, I can't see it out of the frame. But I think it could win. Big time, big time, big time. I think it's as strong as those 3 8-1 chances I gave you 2 weeks ago, which all won on the Saturday. Up the north, up Yorkshire. There were 3 bets. 8-1, 8-1, 17-2. All backed in from when I gave them the previous day. And that all the gambles were landed. I think this could do the same, and I'm going to be having a bash at it, that's for sure. So I'm going to give you that free of charge, FOC, free of charge, and it runs at Chelmsford early on, so we'll know our fate. We will know our fate nice and early. Best that way, innit? Get it out of the way. You've either won or lose. If you won, love it, and if you've not won, you'll get over it. That's what you have to do, don't you? You have to pick your feet up and go again. Go again. Ride them, cowboy. You've got to get back on the horse and go again. And that's what it's all about. It's all about resilience. Resilience. Losers is a part of this industry, just as much as winners is. You can celebrate your winners and you can commiserate with losers, but the bookies don't give you the money back. So you have to grow up and you have to be with it and you have to be a man. You cope with the losers. And don't celebrate the winners too much because there's always losers. It's what it is. It's a roller coaster. It's a swing. It's what it is, isn't it? Win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. But without the losing, there wouldn't be much fun. So psychologically, you need to lose to win to enjoy it. And if you lose when you're winning, well, it's part of the game, isn't it? You know, it's what the game is. And goodness knows, I've been in the business for 50 years. Winning or losing, winning or losing, winning or losing. I'll probably back more winners than anybody breathing. Probably. Big winners. I'm talking 10, 12, 14, 16, 20. I'm not talking even money and stuff like that because, you know, you're going to strike high. If you tip even money chances, you're going to be 38, 40%, 42%. You're always going to be hovering around there even if you just put a pin in. You know, if you put a pin in at a 6-4 chance, it's 40% chance of winning. You know, you don't have to be Einstein to do that. You're going to back winners because favourites win most races. But I don't pick favourites. So I'm having to pick horses what most people don't pick and don't find. And they don't win as often as favourites. It's how often they win compared to the favourites. And it's all about that. Most people back the favourite. And most races are won by the favourite. But the problem is they don't win enough when the favourite wins. So that's the most degree of difficult. It doesn't matter if you're betting on American football. It doesn't matter what you do. If you're betting on soccer, it doesn't matter what you do. If you're backing short price horses all the time, it's really, really difficult to maintain a strike rate and a percentage that can show profitable figures. It just is. It is. The bookies need the favourite to lose more than anything. More than any of the horses I'm giving, they want the favourite beat all the time. Because the favourite is the one with the biggest liability for the bookies. I am not tipping you favourites. The odd time I do, but not very often. Not very often. I'm tipping the average price 7, 8, 10-1. So, you know, we're talking about a completely different way of operating, completely different way of betting. And it's all about beating the percentages and beating the bookies at their own game. The bookies really want the favourite beat. That's it, period. Well, the first and second favourite. But the big outsiders, which I'm tipping, well, they don't want to win if they get stuck with a big liability and doubles and trebles, and that's what I'm aiming at, cleaning them out with big multiple bets, which they hate. They hate those bets because there's nothing they can do about them once they're rolling. Anyway, lesson over, sermon over. I'm going to do a few webcams, whatever they call it, blogs. I'm going to teach you or show you some of the acumen I've learned over 50 years of working for the bookmakers as the #1 odds consultant in the country and employed by all the big bookmakers, Corals, Hills, Sporting Index, all the spread boys, Stan James, I was their #1 odds consultant. So I'm going to talk to you about my past and show you my credence, you know, in the Racing Post, The man with the answers I was put up as the man with the answers in the Racing Post. So my history goes all the way through back to the olden days of all the biggest bookmakers in the country, working as their senior odds compiler, working totally for all the big bookies in the country. And then I turned to working for the punters to give the knowledge and the benefit of my experience and understanding of odds and percentages to them. I made the break from the bookies to the punters. They called it gamekeeper turned poacher. That is how I was promoted by the Observer, from the Daily Telegraph, the Racing Post over and over again. That is my history. 30, 40 years of it. And here I am. Still a senior tipster in the business. And I'm proud to say that. My history is absolutely unsurpassable. Nobody's had the history of me, from working with the bookmakers, from working with all the biggest companies in the country, even in the world. So it's a great pleasure to be sharing it with some of you senior citizens. I know my audience is quite old, and I'm getting old with you. We're all going together, wherever that is may be. We are all going together, and whatever it brings, it brings. But what we're trying to do while we're here is have a bit of fun and a bit of camaraderie and a bit of hope every morning. And that's what we're doing. That's what it's really all about. It's all about having fun and a leisure pursuit, betting within your means, and me giving you 50 years of my experience to try and pick winners for you. They can't all win and they don't all lose. But that's how it's always been and always will be in the history of betting. They can't all win and they can't all lose. And that's what it is, a pendulum. It's a pendulum. And it's how much you enjoy the pendulum when it swings your way like a roller coaster. How much you enjoy the Big Dipper, or don't you like the Big Dipper? It's if you don't like the Big Dipper, get off it. Or don't go on it. Just go on the egg cups, them little teacups that go around. They're nice. Stay on them. Even monies. £2 even money. Nice and safe. Well, that's not even nice and safe, but you know what I mean? You're not going to do your brains in and you're not going to win anything. So it's almost like you're probably better off watching the Big Dipper. That's probably what I would do. Watch the people scream and enjoy their life. You get what I'm saying, don't you? You understand what I'm saying. It's been lovely. I haven't given you a bet yet, have I? I don't think I can't remember what I've said now. This is the trouble when you get to 68. It's not good. Well, it is good, but not good. What I'm saying is I can't remember anything. Well, I can, but I just enjoy talking to you. And I'm going to do some videos about, about life, but also about betting and about understanding betting and about understanding statistics, analysis, all that boring stuff. But I'm going to teach you more about the past, the history, all sorts of things that I've been involved with over the years. Betfair. I will talk to you about what I did and what I married up, how I set people up with these big organisations and put it all together, and now the multi-million-pound conglomerates. And that is what I did. And it's been a great pleasure to do that. And I haven't wrote a book about it because I don't want to, but I'm going to talk to you about it, and I'll tell you some fascinating stories about some fascinating people. The biggest in the business, including in Las Vegas and in America. And it'll be a pleasure to tell you when the time's right. The time's not right at the moment. One thing I will tell you is my information on this channel is not my strongest, right? That's a certainty. They may well win, and lots of them do win, but they're not my strongest selections. That can't happen because I've got a plethora, whatever you call it, a lot of paying clients. I can't give those bets to you for a start. I've got a lot of people who put money on for me. I can't give you those bets. So I'm a little bit hands tied what I can give you. 3 or 4 weeks ago, I was giving you a lot of information that was on private clubs and everything. Hence, they were winning all over the place. They were going in from all angles. Huge bets, huge trebles, huge. But for the last week, 2 weeks, I haven't been able to do that because I'm doing something else. Something is happening. Something is happening. And I will tell you all about it in a later video. Not now. But all I can say is my best information is not on here at the moment. But things may change. They may change, and I will be first to tell you all about it. It's a bit of a longer message this today, but I wasn't going to talk like this, but I'm just in the mood to talk like this. And I'm not scripted at all. I've got literally just nothing in front of me hardly. Look, I can show you. Nothing, that's it. That's my piece of paper, nothing. Can't even read it. Oh yeah, there's about 4 or 5 horses on there, including the one I'm going to give you. So I better give you that horse now. Now, if you called last night, I think you've got the 2 horses from last night. Brassavola in the 450 at Chelmsford. This afternoon it's about 11 to 2 poke. And Impressor, number 3 in the 240 at Ripon, about a 14 chance. So there's 2 horses there. Brassavola, number 4 in the 450 Chelmsford. And number 3, Impressor in the 240 at Ripon. Both each way. And they are the free bets there. But one more free bet is the one I'm talked about right at the beginning of the show. Number 5, it's called Harry Brown in the 250 at Chelmsford. I think that's pretty much of a gold star bet. I'll be very disappointed if it doesn't frame. It's a typical each-way banker and looks all over a frame, but certainly can win. Joey Haynes takes the mount today. He's rode the horse before. Usually Hayley Turner is on board, but she's at Ascot, bless her. She's trying to win the big race there, the blue ribbon races. But I'm not that bothered about that on this line. I'm going to try and win this race. Number 5, Harry Brown is the one. Trained by the form man himself, David Simcock, who trains stacks of winners and places around this track. He's got a huge strike rate. Almost 50% of his horses win and place at Chelmsford. And I'm going to leave it with that one today as a gold star bet. Gold star, number 5, Harry Brown. The olden days are back with a gold star bet. Oh yeah, wouldn't that be lovely? Wouldn't it be? Shoot. Hey, BEA beautiful. See you later.